Hey, this is Al Morenton with MyFitLife. In our last video, we went over commandment number 2 of the 10 Commandments of Vibrant Health, which is eat when your body is hungry. If you haven't watched that video yet, then stop this one, go back, watch that one, or else this one won't make any sense. So the third commandment is eat until you are satisfied and not overfull. Okay, so remember we have this hunger fullness scale from 10 being lie on the floor stuffed and going down all the way through to where number 1 is extreme hunger and dizziness. So either ends of the spectrum, and we want to stay within this little zone of this spectrum in order to be in a state of fat burning and not fat storing. So if we let ourselves get to these outskirts, like number 1 or 2, or number 6 through 10, in other words, we're going to be in some form of a fat storage mode all the time. All right. If you could get to where you start doing this, eating like this. No, now remember, we're not talking about whether it's like healthy food or bad food or whatever. This is for all the time. So, within what we're doing, within our lifestyle, within our community, it's okay to have a cheat meal here and there. It's okay to have a cheat day. We actually work it in to our lifestyle so that we can be successful. We're not on this like we're not on a prison sentence of always having to eat healthy. It's okay to veer off here and there as long as it's planned, but you still want to stay within these parameters, okay? So like a cheat meal or a cheat day isn't a binge, gorge yourself day, right? You still want to make sure you eat when your body's hungry, eat till you're satisfied, not over full. You'll get the tastes out of your way, whatever, pizza, ice cream, whatever, but you won't go into a fat storage mode. You'll still be in a fat releasing mode if you stay within these parameters and only use those cheat days or meals sparingly and when planned. Okay, so that's a whole conversation for another time. But just realize that this thing isn't just for good food. This is for all the food that you eat. And it becomes really, really simple. Just like learning how to drive. When you first learn how to drive, it's like, oh my God, all these cars, I'm going to die. But after a while, driving is just like, it's like nothing, right? So, and that's how this becomes, and it's really empowering. Remember, this prevents you from having to count friggin' calories. That's awesome, right? So, no more points, none of that shit, right? We're just talking common sense and staying within these 3 things right here. It's so friggin' simple, man, and it's so cool. So we're eating till we're perfectly comfortable, till we're satisfied and not over full. Okay. So all you have to do is just sort of pay attention. You chew your food thoroughly. You're being mindful, being thoughtful with what you're doing, and then like, hey, have I eaten enough? Am I comfortable? You don't want to feel full. Hey, do I feel full? Well, if you feel full, then you ate too much. You're going to store a little bit of that food as fat. If you eat more than that, you're going to store more of that food as fat. But you don't want to be in the business of storing food as fat. You want to be in the business of releasing fat from your fat cells, to be released as energy in your body, right? And this is how you do that. You need to turn off your fat storing mechanism and turn on your fat releasing mechanism. This is a big key in doing that. And that's why I'm putting so much emphasis on this. Okay, so one more time. Eat when your body has the first signals that you need to eat or strong signals that you need to eat. Check in, make sure your body has hunger. Your body is hungry, not just up here. It's not emotional eating, it's actually body hunger eating. Then you pay attention and stop eating when you're comfortable and not over full. At first, it'll be a little bit, like foreign to you, and it won't, and like, hey, am I stopping at the right point or whatever? Don't worry about it. Just being mindful of it, you'll get it down. It'll become like second nature really, really quick. And one more little story before we end this video. I had several clients, but one in particular that she started doing this, right, and sort of charted down everything, and she was doing the 16-week total body makeover, which is a really fantastic program, by the way. But she was doing this, and she was like, writing down, okay, at each meal, is my body hungry? Am I eating until satisfied? Am I overfull? All this kind of stuff. And she came back to me after the first week of doing it, and she was like, hey, she goes, I can't believe this. She goes, I can't remember the last time that I actually had hunger pains, that I actually let my body get hungry. I always eat before, because there's always food around, like I'm always eating out of habit, or because she's a teacher, so there's always food in the break room. There's and all this kind of stuff. So she said like it's probably been 12, 15 years since she up until that point that she hadn't felt any actual hunger pains, right? So this is really super empowering, and it's really simple. Okay. So just try to soak that in. Come back to this too. Come back and watch these videos over and over. You'll get a lot out of it, and you'll get new stuff out of it too. All right. So again, Al Morenton with My Fit Life. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.